The same women who laughed at my cheap shoes and threw coins at me like I was beneath them are sitting in my office right now, waiting for my approval. They don't recognize me yet, but they will. And when they do, I want to see their faces. Because the girl they humiliated, the one they said would serve them forever, is now the one deciding their future. They thought I'd stay at the bottom. They thought pain would break me. But they didn't know what pain can inspire. My name is Sarah. I'm 29 years old now. But this story starts when I was 19. I grew up in a small apartment on the outskirts of Baltimore with my mom and my little brother, Danny. My dad left when I was 12. Just walked out one day and never came back. My mom worked 2 jobs trying to keep us afloat. Retail during the day. Cleaning offices at night. I watched her come home exhausted every single evening, collapsing on the couch with her shoes still on because she was too tired to take them off. And I promised myself I'd help her. That I wouldn't be another burden. So at 17, I started working. My first job was at a diner downtown. Then, at 19, I got hired at Bellissimo, an upscale Italian restaurant in the wealthiest part of the city. It was supposed to be better. Better tips. Better clientele. But what I didn't realize was that better clientele meant people who looked at me like I was invisible. To them, I wasn't a person. I was just the girl who refilled their water glasses. And to my family, I was the only hope we had. It was a Friday night in October. I remember because the restaurant was packed and I'd already been on my feet for 9 hours. My shoes were falling apart. The soles were so thin I could feel every crack in the tile floor. I was serving a table near the window. A group of 5 women. All in their early 20s. Designer handbags. Expensive jewelry. The kind of people who never had to check their bank account before ordering. They were loud. Laughing. Taking selfies with their champagne glasses. One of them, a blonde in a white silk blouse, looked me up and down as I approached. "Can I start you off with some drinks?" I asked, smiling the way I'd been trained to. She wrinkled her nose. "Do you smell that?" Her friend, a brunette with a sharp bob, leaned in. "Oh my God. It's like grease and cheap perfume." They all laughed. I felt my face burn. But I kept smiling. "I'll give you a few more minutes to decide." As I walked away, I heard one of them say, "I'd rather die than work a job like that." Another one replied, "Girls like her stay waitresses forever. It's just how it is." I went to the back room, locked myself in the bathroom, and cried. Not because I was ashamed of my job, but because I was so tired. Tired of being treated like I didn't matter. They stayed for 2 hours. Ordered expensive wine. Appetizers. Entrees. Dessert. And when they left, they didn't even leave a tip. Just a crumpled $1 bill with a note scribbled on the receipt. "Buy yourself some real shoes." I stood there staring at that note, my hands shaking. My coworker, Maria, saw me and put her hand on my shoulder. "Don't let them get to you, Mija." But it was too late. They already had. That night, I walked home in the rain. My jacket was too thin. My shoes were soaked through. And I made myself a promise. I will never let anyone talk to me like that again. I will never feel this small again. No matter what it takes. The next morning, I signed up for online business courses. I had no degree. No savings. No connections. But I had something stronger. I had rage. And I had focus. I worked double shifts at Bellissimo. Saved every dollar I could. During my breaks, I'd sit in the back with my phone, watching YouTube videos on marketing, branding, customer service. I learned about social media strategy. How to build an audience. How to tell a story that people care about. I started a small online store selling homemade candles. It wasn't much. But it was mine. I failed. A lot. My first product launch made $12. My second made nothing. But I kept going. Because every time I wanted to quit, I thought about that crumpled dollar bill. That note. Those women laughing at me. And I worked harder. 2 years later, I quit Bellissimo. I'd saved enough to open a small cafe. Nothing fancy. Just a cozy spot with good coffee and homemade pastries. I called it Second Chances. I treated my staff the way I wished I'd been treated. With dignity. With respect. With fair wages. And people noticed. Within 6 months, we had a line out the door every morning. Within a year, I opened a second location. Then a third. Investors started reaching out. They wanted to partner with me to expand the brand. By the time I turned 27, I owned a chain of 12 cafes across the East Coast. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was thriving. I went from serving tables to running the company that owns half the cafes in this city. And the girl who used to cry in restaurant bathrooms? She now sits in boardrooms making six-figure decisions. But success didn't erase the memory of who I used to be. It just made me more determined to never go back. Last month, we were hiring for management positions at our flagship location. My assistant handed me a stack of resumes to review. I was halfway through the pile when I saw a name that made me freeze. Madison Hartley. The blonde. The one in the white silk blouse. The one who told her friends I'd be a waitress forever. I pulled up her resume. She'd graduated from some expensive private college. Worked a few corporate jobs. Got laid off twice. Now she was applying to work for me. I scheduled her interview for the following week. The day she walked into my office, I almost didn't recognize her. She wasn't dripping in designer labels anymore. Her clothes were nice but generic. Off the rack. She smiled nervously as she sat down across from me. I didn't say anything at first. Just watched her. She launched into her rehearsed pitch. Talked about her experience. Her skills. How passionate she was about hospitality. I let her finish. Then I leaned back in my chair and said, "Do I look familiar to you?" She blinked. I'm sorry. You don't remember me. She squinted. Confused. I smiled. Bellissimo. About 8 years ago. You and your friends came in on a Friday night. Her face went pale. You made fun of my shoes. My perfume. You left me a $1 tip and a note telling me to buy real shoes. Her mouth opened. No sound came out. You told your friend that girls like me stay waitresses forever. She looked like she was going to be sick. Well, I said calmly, folding my hands on the desk. You're sitting in that waitress's chair now. She started stammering. I'm so sorry. I was young. I was stupid. I didn't mean. You did mean it, I interrupted. You meant every word. Because people like you always do. Tears welled up in her eyes. Please. I need this job. I've been looking for months. I'll do anything. I stared at her for a long moment. Part of me wanted to reject her on the spot. To tell her exactly what it felt like to be humiliated. To be invisible. But another part of me remembered something my mom used to say. Don't become the kind of person who hurt you. I took a deep breath. I'm going to give you this job, I said. She looked up, hopeful. But not because I forgive you. And not because I feel sorry for you. Her hope flickered. I'm giving you this job because I'm not like you. I don't treat people the way you treated me. I leaned forward. But understand this. You will work harder here than you've ever worked in your life. You will show up early. You will treat every single employee with respect. And if I ever hear that you've made anyone feel the way you made me feel, you're done. Do you understand? She nodded, tears streaming down her face. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Don't thank me, I said. Just prove you're better than who you used to be. She's been working here for 3 weeks now. She's quiet. Respectful. She shows up on time and works hard. I don't know if she's changed. Maybe she has. Maybe she hasn't. But I do know this. I didn't give her that job for her. I gave it to her for me. Because holding on to hate would have made me just like them. And I refused to become the kind of person who hurt me. My mom came to visit the flagship cafe last weekend. She stood in the middle of the dining room, looking around at everything I'd built, and she started crying. I'm so proud of you, baby, she whispered. And in that moment, all the pain, all the humiliation, all the nights I cried myself to sleep, it was worth it. Because I didn't just survive. I won. To anyone who's ever been looked down on, laughed at, or told you'd never be more than where you started. Don't believe them. Use that pain. Let it fuel you. Because success doesn't change who you are. It reveals who they always were. And trust me, watching them realize that, that's the sweetest victory of all.